Well.
Detectives Phelps and Earl here to see the coroner.
Yes, Detective. He's waiting for you in the examination room.
Ah, stimmt ja. Morg. Einfach den Pfeilen folgen. Oh, falsch. Falsch, falsch. Da ist er.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 cigarettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Yikes. Hell of a way to go. Horner
Sorry,
Comet.
I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal, thanks for the lead.
Roy, kein Grund sarkastisch zu sein. So. Okay. Zentralklinik habe ich anscheinend noch ein bisschen Business zu erledigen.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
All right, where to?
Ja, zum Polizeirevier doch. Ah, okay, Polizeirevier ist hier. Manchmal vergesse ich, dass das Krankenhaus und die Polizei direkt gegenüber sind. Okay.
Perdón, señor. Does this mean I lose my license?
Okay, Interview.
Oh, Susie, you are so bad.
Seems like a nice boy. Putting all those hoodlums in jail.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
You seen my mother? Sure.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Are there any newspapers to read while I wait?
Sie wirken sehr unruhig.
I'm no hood. I'm a crooner. Is that a crime? That's
Sie verbergen was vor mir.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck on the shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private. Heather won't have to know. Yes. We had relations.
Are you going to release me now?
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
So now you want me to lie?
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
Is interview 2 free?
Da habe ich was dagegen.
Is there a coffee?
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning lady that he lived in San Francisco.
Okay, you got me. I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money. She thought she could get some from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Did you know?
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
Negative.
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
Do I need to fill this out? I ain't talking to you.
Sie lügen.
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Has anyone seen my pen?
Canary says he'll sing, but only if I guarantee applause.
Henry Arnett. Santa Monica Boulevard.
Seen my mother?
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. The Fighting Sixth.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
Lügt.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
Alles klar.
He's in that car at the lights.
Oh, das ist nicht zu übersehen.
Now would be a bad time to forget how to drive. He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
Nicht zu dicht dran. Wenn er uns
I'd have
erwischt,
expected a
dann
cad
müssen
like
wir.
Arnett to be a better liar.
Wahrscheinlich erwartete er, dass der Officer, den ihn befragt, kein Marine war. Ja, dieses Auto, das können wir nicht verlieren. So hellbeige wie es ist.
idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Er parkt. Was könnte sein Business sein?
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Wo wir schon mal hier sind, wollen wir mal kurz unser Outfit wechseln, nur für den Fall. Okay. Oh. Ah. Aha. Geht über die Straße.
Too much slack. Gotta get close.
Aha. Da ist er also hin.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
Oh.
It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over. The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Yep. Sounds about right. Na dann. Wo sollen wir denn nächster? Moment. Ich weiß genau, was wir machen. Lass mich zunächst einmal das Gamewall aufsuchen. Oder das öffentliche Telefon.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I Detective.
Messages for me, please.
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to the Hollywood station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thanks.
Aha, Hollywood 9th Beat. Die haben anscheinend ein Problem. Bukowski und Finbar können warten. Alles klar.
You can drive.
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus 2 dames always equals problems.
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Throw out the guns.
Pile in, goddammit! He can't get us all!
I'm wide open here.
You're pretty brave for a dead man.
Oh, headshot. Nice.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them. They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. I nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Willie? Hört sich interessant an. Okay. Dann wollen wir Finbar und Stefan nicht warten lassen.
You're behind the wheel.
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
We caught up with Mal. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc.
He worked burglaries with a big guy, goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where Arnett comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
The guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of it.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
You could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
You were smoking a cigarette in the other room? No,
Katzenleuchter. Silberware.
Anyone seen where Miss Wells went?
Radio mit Holz. Gehäuse. Perlenring. Silberbesteck. Rentenzertifikate. Verschiedene Kleidungsstücke. Konstantin Uhr. In der Brieftasche.
Can I post his bail?
Füllfederhalter. Gestylte Kantongräser. Pillendose. Münzsammlung, silberne Heißkette. Ohrringe aus Gold und Smaragd. Diamantenbrosche. Goldene St. Christopherus Medaille mit Goldkette. Schwarzer Saphirring. Goldenes Fabergé Zigarettenetui.
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
You were smoking a cigarette in the other room?
Ja, das ist...
You didn't know about the insurance money, I take it.
Julia Randall's ring. It's here.
Aha!
So I just spilled my guts. Can I cut out now? Anyone seen
Der
where Miss
Perlenring, den wir vorhin gesehen haben.
Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
Is this a picture of your car?
Und wo ist die Pillenbox nochmal?
What the hell is the LAPD up to these days?
Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox.
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made it. You got that.
You really think I'm gonna squeal?
Na dann.
Afraid not.
You need me to sign some papers or something?
I ain't talking to you.
Schauen wir mal, was wir dann in der Eavestorm-Residenz antreffen können.
Sure.
We got a stakeout down on Second.
Ziemlich sicher.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Ja, du verkaufst ruhig deine Zeitung. Ich muss jetzt zur Eavestorm-Residenz.
I'm going up to the lakes to watch the races on Saturday.
You know the way. You can drive. So you and Rusty have been having discussions. Anything you would like to tell me, partner?
Phelps, don't be so touchy. Rusty had his best ever clearance rate working with you. Even if the cases he worked on can't be discussed. We were just comparing notes. You're a Booneroo case man, Phelps. One of the best I've ever seen.
Thanks.
You gotta learn to take a compliment, Phelps.
Nice house.
Mm-hmm.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestorm in?
She is.
Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eastrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man, if you are returning 43 pieces of my property?
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, Detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
Nun gut. Dass ein Zigarettenschachtel gestohlen wurde, das möchte ich hier nicht abstreiten, aber 25.000 Dollar?
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eastrom?
Who do you think you are, making heinous accusations in my own home?
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied? My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
That terrible night, at least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife.
Stoneman?
I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eastrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You have only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, Mother and Father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
This is ACB, American Century Broadcasting.
Oops. Sorry. Also, warte. Arnett's apartment. Ach, kommt schon. Lasst uns durch.
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
Put a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
Ja, das ist eine sehr seltsame Situation, in der ich mich jetzt gerade wiederfinde. Wie weit ist das Teil noch von hier? Schauen wir mal kurz auf die Karte. Oh ja, wir haben noch eine ganze Weile zum Fahren.